Okay, I'm in Rooms of Wonder, and I don't know if you're familiar with a caladium. So I have seen this style of leaf done quite a bit, and I've seen it colored several different ways, and I just thought I would go ahead and share with you how I color it. So I have got several different colors here. Mainly, you're going to want more of a pink color and then a red. All right. I actually used, these are by Coloria. I have, I'm trying to read the color on there. Let's see. Let's go with the number 621. I want to say it's amaranth and then rose red, which is 628. And then same brand. Yeah, see the name's thoroughly worn off, but I believe this one is a forest green, 356. And then from another brand, because this is from the pencils where I mixed all of them together. This is from Castle Arts, Sap Green, 113. So this is actually a very easy leaf to do. We're going to zoom in here so you can see what I've got going on. I hope I don't yawn all the way through this. For some reason, I have been so tired today. I'm going to start with this pink, and I'm going to come through this middle section right here on both of these. Okay? Yeah, it's actually Tuesday. This will actually air tomorrow, so I did not get way ahead. After having had the flu, I just have not been able to work up way ahead of time. But we had our granddaughter over on, let's see, yesterday. Yeah, so that kind of wore me out a little, but it was fun to see her. She just turned 3 the day after Christmas. And then we went shopping yesterday morning. And because Tuesdays are our regular days to drive across Dallas over to Oak Cliff and see my in-laws who have dementia. And we're doing everything possible to go ahead and keep them in their home as long as possible. And so the caregiver that comes in for a few hours every day will fix meals and stuff and make sure she takes her meds and all that kind of thing, as long as we have stuff lined out, which has been great. So now I'm changing over to my red. And so anyway, we got there this morning, and she was like, I really need my shower. So we had gone shopping yesterday morning and gotten all their groceries for the week. And then, so we get there, we get all the groceries unloaded, we restock the refrigerator with the Cokes and Sprites and water, and I get her in the shower and give her her shower and everything, and get her pad and her pull-up and everything back on her. And if this is too much information, sorry. I make their bed, I get her all fixed and in the back in her chair, and you know, after I finish restocking the bathroom with toilet paper and just all the different things that need to be done, it's almost time for lunch. And so Robert's like, well, I'm treating lunch today. And we're like, okay. And Granny's like, no, I am. And so they've been married, second marriage each, both widowed. And she likes to pay for everything. They're living in her house. He ended up selling his when he was diagnosed. And it was just so that he would always have somewhere to go back to if she went first. I mean, they really thought this out before they got married. And they were both fine when they got married. So, and I guess they've been married about 7 years now or something. So that's so cute. They're in their mid to late 80s now. So, anyway, so I get her shower and all that and get all that done. And it's time for us to go out and get lunch and bring it back. And she has gained some weight because she's more sedate now. And she's like, well, I've got doctor's appointments. When? And we're like, well, in 2 weeks. And she's like, no, no, no. And we're like, yeah, you have 2 of them, one right after the other, one Tuesday and then another one the next Tuesday. She goes, well, why do I have so many doctor's appointments? Well, one is your brain doctor that just keeps an eye on things. And I'm going back to the first color now to blend these. And then your other appointment is your regular doctor that keeps up with your medication for blood pressure and all that. And she's like, oh, so I have to go to both of these. She goes, I shouldn't go to that brain doctor. He's not helping. I'm not remembering stuff. And we're like, yeah, we know, but we still need to go. So she's, yeah, okay, she's going. That's fine. Well, she doesn't have clothes that fit. So hubby and I take off to Walmart, and they've got these little dresses that just kind of, they're fitted top, which she's fine at the top. It's her hips and as most women, our back sides. And so anyway, I'm going to change over to my lighter green, the lighter of the two that I pulled. Yeah, I think that would be this one actually. And so we grab the dress, and then we grab some pants out of the menswear. Y'all, I love the pants. They have a zipper at the hip or the back pocket. And then there's big, deep pockets on each side. And then there's a band across the bottom so that if they're too long, they don't drag. You don't have to hem them. They look like a dressy sweatpant, but they're thinner. Oh, I couldn't believe it. When my husband introduced me to those pants, I bought them in this color right here, this green. And then I also got a pair of gray, a pair of black, and a pair of blue. And I love them. They're so comfortable. So we got her a casual dress with little ties at the arm, and then flowy so that it would hang nicely. And then we also got her a pair of the pants in black. Well, she's short, so we get them home and we eat lunch. And then she says, well, they're going to drag the floor. You're going to have to hem them for me. And I said, Granny, they're not made that way. So, and this is Daryl's mom, and I've always called her Granny because she treats me more like a grandchild than a mother ever would, or than my mother ever did. So anyway, I get her to change, and she tries on the pants, and she goes, these are soft. I said, you want to keep them even though you're not going to wear them to the doctor? She goes, yeah, let's keep those. So we did that, and she's in like size 18, and we got an XL in the pants, if that helps you on sizes. I think we got an XL. And then in the dress, we got her an XL. And the dress was like $30. She didn't ask how much it was, but she asked how much the pants were. And when we told her they were like $11.98 or something, she was like, oh, I'm keeping those. We're like, okay, cool. So I told her, I said, so next week, when you go to the doctor, I said, you can put on this dress, no nylons, because it comes down long enough, and then just wear your pretty pink slippers and your pretty pink little turban. You don't even have to put your wig on. And she's like, okay. And she's all excited about it. And then before we leave, she goes, do I go to the doctor next week? And we're like, yeah. I asked her if she remembered to trying on the dress, and she goes, yes, that was pretty. Well, I knew she'd like it because she just loves pink, and it's pink. So anyway, I put a little note on it that said, put this on Tuesday when you go to the doctor. and I'll have to call her and remind her the night before and the morning of. But so anyway, it was just a lot today between, you know, her shower and the groceries and then going back out to get more stuff, and I'm just tired. So we came home and I fell asleep in the car on the way home, and then I took about an hour nap in my chair after we got home. And I was like, what's wrong with me? Now I'm going to go to the darker green. And then my husband politely reminds me that I also had the flu for 2 weeks or a week and a half, you know, last month, and I'm still not over that. I'm over it, but I mean, I still haven't caught up with all my, you know, just getting all your strength back. Now here I do overlap in that red just a little, but not noticeably. And you can see right here where I'm going, because this one is behind this one. So this one is behind this one, and so forth. So I'm going to go darker right there behind, and then in this area here. So anyway, that was our day. So just tired. But other than that, I think life is going pretty good. Just the in and out of daily stuff. So you can see these leaves do come together pretty quickly. Just look for what parts are in front of other parts, so you know where the dark should be and where the light should be. There we go. Coming up on the side of this one. Now, you know, anytime it's not as dark as you want, you can always come in with a brown, sometimes black, sometimes purple, depending on what your base colors are. I'm going to go behind here. There we go. And our other leaf is much darker, so I am going to go back in a minute and do the outsides here a little bit darker yet. Remember, I've told you in the past, if you do all your leaves that are a certain color at the same time, you are more apt to get them the same shade. So obviously I didn't do all these at the same time. I did these two, and then I did the one over there earlier when I was picking my colors. So I think I'm gonna, I've got another order coming in from the company where I got the stencils, Tamu, I think that's how you say it. So I think what I'm going to do is gather all my supplies up and things that I've gotten from them over the past few weeks, and I'm just going to do a run through for y'all, and then I'll put a link that will give me credit if you just sign up for them. And that way, if you want any, I'm going back to the first one, if you want any of the supplies that I've gotten from them, you'll know which ones are directly from them. See there, now I'm blending this together a little better. Is my hand in the way? Yep. Okay, let's go this way. I'm just going between what I did the first time and then that second color. Just kind of going back and forth between. And I'm not worried about it being super smooth, because these kinds of plants do have, I didn't do the dark part there, these kinds of plants do have that variegated look where it's a little choppy. So being a little choppy and not so blended doesn't matter to me. but I have found these kind of leaves in several books by different artists. So I thought maybe we should go ahead and go over this leaf so that you know at least how I'm doing it and how I think they mean for you to do it, the leaf that I believe they're trying to do. All right, now the other thing I want to show you, I brought an eraser in. Whenever I do a leaf with the foliage so big as this, it's going to have some shine on it. So I'm going to take my eraser, and you see I've already got red on it from doing before. So I'm going to do the red first since there's already red on this. I'm going to lightly, do you see how it curves? So I'm going to lightly do a line with just a slight curve to it. I rather do just a little and get a little heavier as I go. See the difference in that and this? So this one I'm going to go this way on it, just so that it is a little bit different. So lighter pressure, build up to it. Don't do too much at once. Okay, now it's got that shine. Now I want the shine on the green also, but I don't want to get that red on there. So I'm going to come down here to my mat and just kind of rub. And here's a green spot here. So I'm going to use the green part here. And I'm going to come through and just do right there. Now see, I didn't hit this one because this one is part of that. So if I do this one, it would be curved the other way. Okay, because we curve this way on this side and this way on this side. Now, we don't want just one line on the outside. Let me show you this one. See how this one's got like one long one, then a short one and a medium? And it's got two on this side with a little one here on the edge. That's what I like to do. I like to keep my numbers in odd numbers. So here I'll put another one and then maybe something right there. Maybe here and a little bit down here. Maybe here and then down here. Okay, now let's zoom back out and look at our leaves. And see, this one is still lighter than this one, but it's not finished till it's finished. Let's say I really think my lines are too wide here. I can come in here and do some of this right between and really cut that line back to where it's even smaller. See how much smaller that is now? And then the lighter shade here on this outside part to really narrow this line down. So if your lines get too fat, it's okay. You can go back in and just skinny those up. Man, do they have an eraser I can use on my stomach and my hips. All right, so now you see how I do this style of leaf and how I do the highlights on it. And if those highlights get too wide, how I come back in and just make them smaller. Okay, just smaller, just so that they don't look so out of place. See there? Your page is not finished until you're willing to just stop working on it. Okay? So just keep tinkering around with your pages. All right, so that's it. That's that kind of little leaf. And I'll probably still play with them some more. I usually just play with stuff for a while. But anyway, that's it for now. I will be back in a few days to share some new techniques with you. I've got to prep a page first, and then I've got a little treat coming up in a few days. We'll be back. Okay? All right. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.